plastic floating to the left of the picture there is one of the tearaways for the front of his helmet. We'll be talking more about that later. We're back. Live action here. The starter with the green flag once again is Gordon Johncock is leading Tom Sneva and Don Whittington down to the line. We should be going back to the green flag. The green flag waves, and we're racing once again in the Michigan 500. The yellow was out when a car started spraying oil on the course. They wanted to check it. They checked it. It's clear now. And the battle is between Gordon Johncock and Tom Sneva.
Tom Sneva takes the advantage of the start, gets a little bit of a run in. Gordon Johncock takes the lead, but look at Gordy coming right back. Boy, he's a competitor.
Well, you would think it was a regular old Saturday night sprint race here, Bobby Unser, as Tom Sneva now leads Gordon Johncock down the backstretch.
Now we have Don Whittington taking a run at him. I'll swear this looks more like a 150-miler than a 500-miler if I've ever seen one.
Well, Don Whittington, who jumped out on the first lap, seems now content to sit back and watch Sneva and Johncock chop at it as they come across the line to the far side. 10 laps now complete. Tom Sneva is out in front. Now, of course, Sneva has his eyes set on the Triple Crown. If he can win this race, he's already won the Indianapolis 500. And the Triple Crown is represented by Indy, Michigan, and the Pocono 500. So if he can only pick up this race, then he has the opportunity to go on to Pocono and win $1 million. Tom Sneva, car number 5. It's red, blue, and predominantly white. It's a March, and it's one very fast machine.
Incidentally, Paul, that's $1 million over the regular purse. Now, that's an important thing to remember. That's $1 million plus.
A guy like you would remember that, Bobby.
Yes.
There's Mario Andretti, car number 3, the Lola, as he moves up and is now in 7th place, started 18th. Another car streams smoke from behind. Looks like Peter Halsmer may have just had an engine let go. Indeed it is, car number 66.
He pinned Chip Ganassi behind him when he pulled up there, and Chip did a very good job of staying under control.
Good piece of driving as Peter Halsmer blows an engine, raises his hand to indicate that he's slowing down, and the yellow flag comes out again in the Michigan 500. Bobby Unser, 2 blowing engines that early, especially on this car.
Well, you know, probably what's causing this is the weather change more than anything else. In other words, the cars need to run just a little bit richer right now because your air is a lot thicker. Engines are producing more horsepower, as I told you earlier. I think maybe they should have made just a slight adjustment to the fuel injection system and richen it up just a tick. I think what they've done, I think we've seen 2 burned pistons so far.
Look at this, Bobby, as Al Jr. comes into the pits. We're 10 laps deep. Is that part of a strategy, or do we have a problem? They're making a wing adjustment, Bob.
Yes, it's a wing adjustment. There's no question about it. And now's a good time to make it because the only penalty he's going to pay now is going to come in last place on the track.
Okay, does that mean that the track, with the wash of the rain today, has changed a lot?
Yes, it does mean that. That's what we talked about. And the only thing is, that remembers this, is that Al will probably be changing the car back later on in the race. But I think if he knew that the track was going to go back to what it used to be, like yesterday, he would have changed the car right now, possibly.
So a quick twist of the wrenches, and his aerodynamics now changes.
Yes, and I think evidence of the change in the racetrack is the speed. Tom Sneva is running laps at 195 out there, and he was capable of doing 200s in practice very easily. So the track has slowed down just a little bit, but I think it'll pick up, as Bobby said.
There's Peter Halsmer climbing out of his car. He had a long day scheduled ahead of him at any rate. You remember, he broke a leg in a crash in practice with Indianapolis 500. And he had to face the idea of a day running with that broken leg. But he's out of the race now, becomes a spectator. We'll be back with more of the Michigan 500.
From out of the distance comes a driver's car. Pontiac 2000 for 1983. A car that takes on the road with a smooth shifting 5-speed transmission with overdrive. The ready response of electronic fuel injection. And the steady wheeling power of an overhead cam 4-cylinder engine. Pontiac 2000. Pure driving pleasure. At Pontiac, we build excitement.
I'm a chauffeur. It's up to me to take care of the cars I drive. Armor All Protectant, my secret. I use it on the tires, the vinyl top, and inside on the dashboard and the seats. It helps keep things like new, even on this old classic. I do hope the master never sells her. They just don't make cars like they used to. Armor All. It's science, but it works like magic.
Nothing tastes like Hawaiian punch. You only have to taste it once. Taste of a place far, far away. Come on and go Hawaiian. Hawaiian punch. Sail away, sail away.
America takes on the world, the event, the long jump. And Carl Lewis is going for the gold. The World Championships of Track and Field on NBC.
There's Howdy in the pits with the camera.
Back at the Michigan 500, we are still under yellow. 129 miles an hour, the average speed to this point. And Tom Sneva is out in front of the field at the Michigan 500.
Yes, Howdy Holmes is in the pits right now. It looks like they just gave him a shot of fuel, injected his tires, he's gone again.
So the low speed of this yellow flag, we just mentioned 129, actually 129.730 average for the first 10 laps. And that is going to create some problems for television coverage of the Michigan 500. It does not appear, if they continue this kind of pace, that we will get the full 500 miles in. We come back to racing speed as the pace car heads into the pit area, and it's now Tom Sneva, Gordon Johncock, and Don Whittington out in front at the head of the field. The green flag flies, and we come back to racing speed once again. Tom Sneva, car number 5, Johncock in 20. Johncock comes down low, tries Sneva on the inside. Can he hold on at that lower line? It's faster, but it's also much harder to hang on to as Johncock moves past Sneva. Now they come to the backstretch. Can Sneva power past Johncock?
Boy, I don't know that Johncock is really going for it, but look at Sneva pull right back down on the inside and go by Johncock. I can't believe that they're going at it like this early in the race.
I wonder whether or not these fellows are asking the same question we have been all day, and that is there the possibility of another rain shower rolling through here?
I don't think so. I think you just have stubborn people having a stubborn race, that's all.
Now here comes Whittington. Whittington up on the outside. He wanted to try Johncock. Couldn't do it on the high side. Switches down low. Scrubs off too much speed in doing it.
He almost got sawed off. Whittington almost got left out on the wall there by Johncock on that pass.
I think he just wanted Johncock to see him in the mirror on each side of the car. Johncock drops in behind Sneva now, picks up a little bit of the draft, so he has to keep some of the wings out in clean air, so he'll sit off him just a bit. And Johncock looks like he wants to make a bid again.
Well, he sure does. He's moved down into that low line, and it looks like Gordy's working well there, so he may be getting used to it, getting adjusted to it, so he can use it later on when he really needs it.
Now Johncock comes up alongside Sneva again.
There he goes, by on the inside again, and he's got the right spot this time. He caught Tom just right to where Tom had to check his throttle, and that will hurt him. I don't think he'll be able to catch him down the back straightaway.
Well, as Sneva's engine jumps up to 11,000 RPM, 720 horsepower, as does Don Whittington. Here they come, 3 abreast. Sneva gets out of the throttle, and Whittington cruises on in first place.
That was a fabulous pass, Paul. That was really a good pass. Don Whittington caught both of them sleeping and went by both of them at the same time.
Boy, what terrific track savvy by Don Whittington.
I guarantee this Johncock was surprised when that happened.
So Don Whittington, car number 91 out in front, but Johncock doesn't want to allow that to happen. He tries on the inside, has to fall back.
Oh, I think Gordy's finally settling down. Boy, it looks like these guys on the yellow get all excited again and worked up about competition because of the delay in this race. Now they get back out there and settle down because you can see them start making the gentle moves and getting back behind the guy rather than challenging harder.
Don Whittington, who stated his intent by moving the Simonized Marsh out in front of the field at the start of the race, then dropping back, we've got a problem. Howdy Holmes into the wall. A crash down in the first turn as Howdy Holmes ricochets off the wall.
Yes, and he's sliding down. The car has a lot of fluids coming out of it. Howdy appears to be nasty. Thrown the steering wheel out of the way. He's coming out of the car, so evidently Howdy is all right as far as we can tell. Out of the car.
Howdy's all right, but I don't think our camera is. It's over the right shoulder of Howdy Holmes. The car certainly is badly damaged. There the